In other news, the Iranian President Hassan Rouhani is on a 3-day visit to India. Interestingly, the city of Hyderabad is his first stop, where he has quite a few engagements, including a visit to the city's famed Makkah Masjid. He'll also interact with Muslim scholars and intellectuals, apart from members of Hyderabad's Shia community who've been in India for more than 4 centuries. A report.
On his 3-day visit to India, Iranian President Dr. Rouhani is spending nearly 24 hours in Hyderabad city, which is his first stop. Besides visiting historical monuments, Rouhani will interact with a cross-section of people, including religious scholars and the clergy.
For more than 400 years now, Hyderabad and Iran have been sharing strong cultural and social ties. Even today, Hyderabad's signature dish, biryani and Irani chai, have its origin in Iran. Many historical structures like Charminar and Quli Qutub Shahi tombs have strong influence of Iran. Perhaps this is the reason why Iranian President Dr. Hassan Rouhani has chosen Hyderabad first over New Delhi.
Cultural ties between Hyderabad and Tehran date back centuries. The Qutub Shahi rulers of Hyderabad were of Iranian descent. Locals say Iranians are very fond of India and Hyderabad in particular.
Hyderabad has got historical connections with Iran, and the rulers who first came here, the Qutub Shahs, they are also from Iran. Basically they were Shia rulers, but they were very secular rulers. They catered to all needs of all communities, all religions. There's nothing like that. So that is from where this Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb came.
Rouhani will be the first Iranian leader to deliver an address from the Makkah Masjid in the city. He will hold a meeting with Iranian community members before leaving for Delhi on Friday evening. Bureau Report, WION.
Every which way one looks at it, Rouhani's visit to India is significant. From India's perspective, it signals New Delhi's intent to pursue ties with Iran independent of other countries in the region and beyond. And in spite of competing pulls and pressures, also it comes at a time when a proxy war between Israel and Iran is manifesting itself in multiple theatres across West Asia. WION's Ramesh Ramachandran breaks it down for you in the next report.
More than outcomes, it is the symbolism attached to Rouhani's visit to India that is significant. Here is a president who is persona non grata in some countries, such as the United States and Israel. Israel views a nuclear Iran as existential threat, and President Donald Trump of the US has threatened to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal and impose more sanctions on Tehran. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invested a great deal of time and energy in strengthening ties both with the US and Israel, but yet has signaled his intent to engage Iran. In doing so, Mr. Modi has possibly showcased the best of India's foreign policy dexterity, maturity, and nimbleness. The visit assumes significance in a regional context too. For one, Israel and Iran have been and are at loggerheads. Their proxy war has manifested itself most recently in Syria after Israel shot down an alleged Iranian drone that entered Israeli airspace, and Syrian forces retaliated by bringing down an Israeli military aircraft. Both Iran and Russia support the government of President Bashar al-Assad of Syria, but Israel fears a so-called Shia arc of influence at its doorstep, extending from Iran via Iraq and Syria all the way to Lebanon. The messaging is clear. India will independently pursue ties with most countries of consequence in the Arab world and the Persian Gulf. In recent months, India has straddled competing narratives or interests in West Asia with finesse, be it the Israel-Palestine conundrum or the Saudi Arabia-Iran rivalry for regional supremacy. If Modi became the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Israel in July last year, he also made it a point to visit Palestine on his most recent West Asia swing. He visited Sunni Saudi Arabia and Shiite Iran in 2016 and travelled to the United Arab Emirates and Qatar too. He has also hosted a number of West Asian leaders in New Delhi. Later this month, King Abdullah of Jordan is expected to visit India. So, is India finally beginning to get its act together insofar as West Asia is concerned? While the jury is out on that one, Prime Minister Modi and his foreign policy team have indicated that his government's neighbourhood first policy is more than just a slogan for them. Ramesh Ramachandran, WION.